Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started now. The first thing I want to do is an overview of the course real quick, and the student activity section and student assessment section in Blackboard here. First, take a look at the syllabus. So I'm going to go to start here and pull it up. And everybody should read the whole syllabus just to make sure they understand everything about the course, and some resources and things like that are available, objectives as you see here. But the main thing I just wanted to show you, of course, there's our book, which we have free in Skillport, the e-version in Skillport. If anybody wanted to buy or rent the actual hardcover book, it is available. Amazon, places like that. But the main thing I wanted to show you is this, we're on a point system here for each time we finish one of our assessments. So I give you 10 points on that Start Here quiz, just an extra 10 there as a little bonus. And then the breakdown of the points after that are 10 points for each discussion, which is 1 per module, so a total of 70. There's an assessment that says key terms technology, sort of like a vocabulary quiz. And then there are regular quiz here. There'll be 30 questions, and those are just different types of multiple choice questions on the chapters from our book. Midterm and final, 100 points each, as you see. And then here's the grading scale for that. So 598 to 665 is an A, and so forth and so forth. So I just wanted you to be aware of that. And you'll notice in Blackboard in your grade center column, there is a category for total points, so you can keep track of that. Any questions? Okay, moving on. And then the other document, of course, our schedule of activities document. And I'll bring that up real quick. And it's just an outline of all the modules and the activities and assessments in them, and due dates on the hand column, as you see. Pretty straightforward. Okay, so let's take a look at a module. So look at module 1 here first. So if we go to the student activities section, you're going to see some things here, and they're always got a little summary at the top of everything that's down here. First thing would be the readings for this, and you see it's chapter 15 and 16 for module 1. There are presentations that are right in here. Of course, the very first thing I have at the top here is Skillport. So your textbook is there, and of course you'll see these module lab units from Skillport here, and then I put the 2 titles here of the ones you'll need to go to. So let me demonstrate how that goes. So this is linked here to Skillport. If I click that, the one right here is also linked to Skillport if you click that. So either one's going to get you there. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now and log in. Whoops, that's typed. Okay. All right, so when you first log in, you'll have a little button up at the top called Learning Plan. You'd want to click on that. And then if you have any other courses in Skillport, of course, they would show up here. But we're talking about the CET1179. So you'll see Kemp CET1179. Just go ahead on that. Actually, there's two. They're the same thing. And that's just probably under my account. So you see the textbooks right here. It's linked. You just click on it, and that's going to open up, and you can go full screen with it when you see it. It also is searchable, and that's nice when you're trying to look up something. And I just here's chapter. Now, if I click the down arrow on that too, it gives a little general of different little sections in chapter 1. I'm just going to click this one right here. That comes up in another screen, another window. Drag that over. And there you are, ready to go. Now, here's our maximize, go full screen with it. And you just go on, you read. You'll get down to the bottom here of that section of that page. And just click the arrow here for the next page. And so forth and so forth. And again, there are things that are searchable in here. If I, for example, typed in RAM. Okay, so it's going to give me all the places on that search where it is, and then with a little sentence here of where it's coming out of. And if you really wanted to see it, you would just click on that, and it'll take you to that exact page. So that's nice searchable aspect to the e-version, which is cool. Okay, and then when you're finished, you can just exit out there, and I'm going to go ahead and take this and let me collapse all of them so you can see the other modules. Come on, you can do it. Well, in sake of time, let me just keep. Oh, it's in the whole book, so let me just go back. Okay, so module 1. So you click the down arrow here. So these correspond to those two that you saw back here in the lab unit for the little activity here. Microsoft Command Line Tools, troubleshooting. So all I do is just click this launch right here. Again, this will open up in a different window. I'll just leave it like this. And again, you can go full screen now. There will be, there's audio to this. You're going to be able to hear from my machine right now because I have my audio outputting to my headphones right now. But as you go in here, you just go ahead and click that arrow, and it's going to start in and start. Like now, this particular one is 5 minutes. So a lot of these are like 5 minutes, give or take a minute on each one of these different little tutorial videos for Skillport. Okay, and then to leave it, just to exit out here, and let's cancel that. I don't need to know the progress. Oh, he's still in there. Okay, exit the course. Okay, and I'm back where I started. The same one for the other one you see here. Okay, whoops. Okay, so those are the modules. You'll see another book down at the bottom here, Troubleshooting Labs. This is nothing that I'm assigning to you. I'm just making available to you an extra resource that's more lab oriented for some things if you wanted to try to do a couple of them, like some little hands-on type things. It's up to you. We do have the mentoring for questions that you can ask once you log on to that. So anyway, you see all the 7 modules from our Blackboard here corresponding through Skillport. All right. So readings, presentations, again, in my presentations here, there'll be one for each chapter, and you can just click on it and go through it. Go back. In this case, chapter 15 and 16 for level 1. Skillport, I got some good video tutorials. I'll show you that real quick. So there's different ones. Command line, you see command line tools. Administrative. Again, these can be anywhere from 3 minutes to 8 minutes, but they tell you in each one here what it's about. Here's one here. We'll just check this one out. Command line tools. Most of these are that you'll see. These videos are done by Professor Messer, which he puts out some really good quality tutorial videos on certain subjects for our A+. And let me just skip the ad. Now this particular one's a little bit longer because I guess he's going to talk about a lot of different command line tools. Just going over the popular command line tools for Microsoft in this one. And I'll just speed up here for a second and show you how that. So he just talks about different things on them. This is a rarity of having one this long, but like I said, usually they're around the 5-minute range. Okay. And this particular one right here is just showing you from the command line if you wanted to shut down a machine. There's a shutdown command in Windows that you can use, and you see the switches for that command and he's explaining what they do. For example, in this one, the N is stand for second, so you could say 30. So if you ran that command and put a 30 where you see those two NNs, that means it's going to do it in 30 seconds. It'll shut down the machine. And of course, there's R for restart if you wanted to restart it. Okay. All right. And then the very last thing is for those of you wanting to go on and take a certification exam, the industry certification exam after this course, and usually most of my students, takes the CET1178, the hardware portion of A+, and of course this class, CET1179, the software portion of this class, and then you want to prepare for that exam, and there's different resources out there. But he does a nice little session, Professor Messer here. This is from April of 20, where they discuss, and these things last an hour or 2 hours, but it's different people calling in and asking certain questions. I'll show you what that looks like about the exam, what certain types of questions that are asked on the exam, things. It's just a good resource for things like that. Let me just show you here real quick. He try to do this about once a month. That he puts this out, tries to stay current with some of the latest things that are going on in there and scores and so forth. So I sped it up. Again, he'll take calls and people will how do you get a job? You see this comes up over here. These are people that are, when this was recorded, that are in their live chat room and asking different questions for him. There's a course notes link when you're in here. If you click on that, you're going to see, I'm just going to stop this so I don't have it going in my ear. It breaks down the questions and the time that they were asked in it. Notes. Of course, he's got different things he sells on his site there. I'm not seeing the notes right here. There's a pop quiz. Not quite seeing that right now. That is. Yeah, he might have taken that off. Okay. So anyway, some information if you want after this class is over, all said and done, and you have some questions about the actual industry exam certification, which Indian River State College is an actual recognized Pearson VUE testing center for the industry certification exam. So when it comes time, you can take one at the college. Remember, there's 2 exams that make up the A+ certification.